The Boastful Frog and the Quiet Fish. In a tranquil pond surrounded by lush greenery, there lived a frog named Fred who loved to boast about his jumping abilities. Fred was convinced that his ability to leap high and far made him the best and most important creature in the pond. He spent his days showing off and making grand speeches about his prowess. In the same pond lived a small fish named Finn. Finn was quiet and diligent, swimming around and keeping the pond clean by eating algae and small insects. Despite his important role, Finn never sought attention or praise. One sunny morning, Fred was perched on a lily pad, surrounded by a group of admiring tadpoles. "Look at me," he croaked. "I can jump higher and farther than any of you. No one in this pond can match my skills. I am truly the greatest." Finn, swimming nearby, looked up and said, "Fred, jumping is impressive, but there are many ways to be important and helpful in this pond. We all have our own strengths." Fred puffed up with pride. "What could a little fish like you possibly know about importance? You just swim around all day. You could never do what I do." The other animals listened quietly, respecting Finn's words but not daring to challenge Fred's arrogance. Days passed, and a drought struck the area, causing the water level in the pond to drop rapidly. The plants began to wilt, and the pond animals grew worried about their home drying up completely. Fred continued to leap and boast, ignoring the changing conditions. Meanwhile, Finn and the other fish worked tirelessly, digging small channels to connect the pond to a nearby stream, helping to bring more water in. One afternoon, as Fred was mid-leap, he overheard a conversation between two turtles. "If the pond dries up, where will we go? We need water to survive." Fred landed clumsily and realized that the situation was dire. He approached Finn, who was tirelessly digging with the other fish. "Finn, what can I do to help? I don't want our pond to dry up." Finn looked at Fred and nodded. "You can help us dig channels to bring water from the stream. We need all the help we can get." Fred, for the first time, put his jumping skills aside and joined the effort. Using his strong legs, he dug deeper and faster than many of the other animals. Together, the pond creatures worked day and night, and soon the water from the stream began to flow into the pond. As the water level rose, the plants revived, and the pond came back to life. Fred, exhausted but proud of his contribution, realized that his jumping ability was not the only valuable skill he possessed. He turned to Finn and the other fish. "Thank you, Finn. You were right. We all have different strengths, and it's how we use them to help each other that truly matters." Finn smiled gently. "We are all important in our own ways. Fred, working together is what makes us strong." From that day on, Fred stopped boasting and started appreciating the diverse abilities of his fellow pond dwellers. He used his jumping skills to help whenever needed, and the pond community grew closer and more resilient. Moral of the story: true importance comes not from boasting about one's abilities, but from recognizing and appreciating the diverse strengths of others. Cooperation and teamwork are essential for overcoming challenges and achieving success.